things that we've gone through, yet now through finding recovery, we're able to get some of those things that we lost back. Sometimes all of those things back.
And yeah, going through what you went through, and your wife was right there waiting for you, and the kids. What was the catalyst at the very end where you said, okay, this is what it needs. This is what it's taking me now to say, okay, now I need to go and get help.
Well, I got busted one day on a Sunday in April. Actually, I still remember April 29th, 2018. I'll never forget. I was out on the street. I was holding drugs for about 6 different dealers at the same time on a Sunday afternoon. So I had 6 gym socks full of drugs with little pre-wrapped bundles of heroin, crack, and meth in my jacket. And the police did a sting that day. I guess they were up in the parking garage looking down with binoculars watching what was happening. And they targeted me because they knew that I was holding all the stuff. So they came rolling up the wrong way on a one-way street. So when the police do that, you know it's bad. Yep. Something's going down, man, And so everybody just took off running, including myself. I took off around the corner, and it turns out that they were looking for me. They weren't looking for the drug dealers. They were looking for me because they had seen that I'm holding all the drugs. And I actually made it around the corner down to Hyde and McAllister, where there's a bus stop. And I was waiting for the bus, and it was coming in 1 minute. I could see it coming down Hyde Street. And I look over and I see the bus coming, and I'm like, okay, good. I'm going to get away, and then I'll come back later and bring back the drugs to all the guys. And then I look over, and a blue Crown Victoria pulled up, and the 2 cops got out, and they got me. And so, when they got me, I'm holding like 4.5 ounces of heroin on me, man. And so, my experience with the criminal justice system is what I seen on TV. I had never been arrested before in my life.
That was the first time.
That was the very first time, and I was 48 years old. Never been arrested in my life. Never been in trouble with the law other than a speeding ticket, right? And I'm sitting here thinking, man, I'm going to go to prison. I'm done, right? So they arrest me, take me down to jail. They OR'd me in 16 hours. They released me in 16 hours back out on the street here in the city.
Yeah,
So I went right back out to the Tenderloin, showed all the dealers, hey, they're like, where's my drugs, man? I'm like, hey, I got arrested. Here's my jail wristband to prove it, And they're like, okay, they know that that's the risk that happens. And, I got caught in that same washing machine. So over the next 3 months, from April to June of 2018, I got arrested a total of 6 times in the Tenderloin, either for holding or for violating my stay away order. Because by that time I was a mark. Now the cops knew who I was.
Yeah.
And they see the OG white guy with the gray hair standing down there, and they knew that he's not supposed to be there. So I'd get popped every once in a while and go in and go out, 2-3 days in, then go out. And each time, the irony is that I was released back into homelessness each time. There was no services that were offered. I got referred to pretrial diversion. That's a joke. Honestly, I'm just being honest. It's a joke. They gave me some Cheetos and sent me on my way. Let's be real. That's what happens. And, that's what happened over and over and over until the 6th time. I was on an ankle monitor already by that point, and I violated my stay away order with the ankle monitor, and I got popped on Eddy Street, Eddy and Hyde. I got popped. And that was it. They were like, you caught too many cases too close together. We're not going to let you out anymore. So I spent the next almost 3 months in county. They rolled me out to San Bruno. I was in the main county jail out there. But before they did all that, I met with a triage nurse at 850 Bryant. And I finally was honest with her. And they asked, do you use drugs? And I just said, yeah. They said, how much? I said, about 1 gram of heroin a day. And they were like, okay. The next morning, I'm in with full-on withdrawal in the med pod at 850 Bryant, rolled up in a little ball, and they were like, pill call, Wolf, come here. And they gave me some Suboxone, which is buprenorphine, which is an opioid inhibitor. It's a new drug that's part of medically assisted treatment that blocks the opioid withdrawals in your system and stops the physical withdrawals. So, but you have to be in full withdrawal first for it to work. So they gave me these 2 pills, I let them melt under my tongue, and within 2 minutes I was sitting up and I felt fine. It was like a miracle.
Wow.
Yeah, it actually really works, and it's something that I support that we need more of.
Different than Narcan, right?
It is. Narcan will bring you back if you've overdosed and are dying. Right. That's an opioid reversal drug. This is an inhibitor. It blocks your pain receptors in your brain from wanting more. So
Gotcha.
it stops the dope sickness, basically, right? So they did that. They gave that to me for 5 days in county to help me kick the physical withdrawals. Then I sat in county for a couple more months, and I picked up the phone one day and I called my brother, who I hadn't talked to in a year, who we were estranged because I had, borrowed some money from him for my drugs and never paid him back.
That would make sense.
Like I did to so many other people.
Right.
And I said, hey man, I need help. I said, I'm in county jail. He goes, well, man, we all know where you are. We know you're in jail. He's like, look, I'm going to make a few phone calls, but I think I can get you in a bed in a rehab in the city at the Salvation Army ARC out on Valencia and Cesar Chavez Street out there. He said, if I can get you a bed, I'll bail you out, but you got to agree to go. And I said, okay, I'm ready. I mean, I was 48. Now when you talk about the catalyst, right? Mm-hmm. So now I'm sitting in county, right? Living off of commissary, eating top ramen and oatmeal cookies, right? And I can't talk to my wife. I can't talk to my kids. I have no money. I have no job. I don't even know if the house has been foreclosed on yet or not, right? Because I have no contact with them. And I'm completely alone. Nobody will help me. I'm done, right? That's when I said I've had enough. When I truly lost all control of everything. That's what it took for me. That was my rock bottom.